The Backrooms. You've been here before. Entity number 101, the Squires. Habitats, level 28, majority. Image caption. Illustration based on a Meg operative's eyewitness account. He had encountered the fourth Squire on level 38, and then was brought to the others. Description. Entity 101, also known as the Squires, are a group of 4 humanoid entities, averaging a height of around 5 feet, with the exception of the 4th Squire, who is estimated to be 4 feet and 8 inches. The Squires are adorned with suits of armor that appear to have originated from 14th to 16th century Europe, and they each possess a unique weapon that they display proficiency in the use of. The first Squire wields a sword and shield. The second Squire wields a 2-handed battle axe. The third Squire wields a spear, and the fourth Squire wields a pair of daggers. According to the Squires themselves, each of them possesses a quote-unquote souvenir that is attributed in some way to the Red Knight, having recovered them from the sites of battles with the infamous entity in their aftermath. The first Squire possesses a torn piece of the Red Knight's cape, which he uses as a scarf. The second Squire has a fragment of the Red Knight's blade welded onto the blade of his axe. The third Squire wears the left gauntlet of the Red Knight, which has been fitted to his own hand. Similar to the third Squire, the fourth Squire wears one of the Red Knight's shoulder pauldrons fitted to her own body. Additionally, the second Squire has been shown to be in possession of an amulet that is wrapped around his gauntlet. The amulet has a golden trim that holds an emerald gem. It is believed to be the source of the Squire's ability to travel around the Backrooms so easily. Based on the accounts of wanderers that have been saved by the Squires, the emerald would glow, and the Squires would radiate a green aura, the same as the emerald, before the second Squire would raise his hand, and a rift to another level would open. However, there does not seem to be much conscious control over the decision, as wanderers have reported being teleported to levels that were even more dangerous than the one they were previously in. This artifact is actually not believed to be associated with the Red Knight, and its true source is yet to be identified. Behavior. The Squires have made their best efforts to prove their friendliness to wanderers. Their goal is much like that of the Red Knight. They wish to help people who have fallen to the Backrooms and protect them from possible dangers. They have risked their own lives to defend wanderers at times, exhibiting a sense of honor and bravery. Strangely, whenever the Squires are not occupied by their duties, all of them, except for the second Squire, have a childlike, innocent, and playful demeanor. On an individual basis, each Squire has their own unique personality. The first Squire acts as the leader of the group, as the others always follow his commands, even in the heat of battle. He is the most interactive with wanderers out of the group, informing them of where they are and doing his best to help them calm down. He tries to be kind and respectful to everyone that he interacts with. Conversely, the second Squire is reserved and quiet, acting more as an observer of his environment. He holds a significant level of distrust and hatred towards other entities, being quick to draw his weapon upon seeing one. Even if the first Squire assures him that there is no threat, he has difficulty calming down, unless the other 2 Squires also reassure him. The third Squire is prideful and loud, with the tendency to boast of the group's achievements. He is most likely to charge into battle first. The third Squire also has a habit of interrupting the first Squire, especially when explaining the Backrooms to a new wanderer, as he tends to provide more simple explanations as opposed to the lengthier explanations of the first Squire. The fourth Squire is the most childlike and playful of the group. She enjoys playing games and is very sociable. Despite meaning well, her curiosity can sometimes lead the group into dangerous situations. She also seems to have the highest level of admiration for the Red Knight out of the group. As a whole, the Squires seem very close, referring to each other as brother and sister. This seems to suggest that the Squires share a bond akin to that of militaristic camaraderie. They work together like a well-oiled machine in combat, being able to overwhelm opponents despite their shorter stature. However, they often end up battered and bruised in the aftermath, sometimes having to drag one of their own to safety. But even after all of that, they take pride in their victories and celebrate in their own time. Even if they are unable to kill the threat, they will attempt to weaken it as much as possible, then retreat to another level. Biology. The Squires are humanoid in shape. However, the full extent of their humanity cannot be determined. This is due in part to their refusal to remove their armor, whether by choice or inability to do so. Relative to the capabilities of an average human, the Squires have enhanced speed, strength, and agility. Even with such enhancements, they may still struggle against the more violent and ruthless opponents. They can sustain heavy damage in battle, and it seems to make a full recovery pretty quickly. It is theorized that the Squire's abilities are connected in some way to the Red Knight, though this has not yet been determined. Discovery. The Squires have only surfaced recently, with the first sighting of them having been documented around 8 months ago. A lot of first-hand accounts have reported the Squires saving wanderers from other entities, or simply roaming levels. They have been sighted in almost every level. Do's and don'ts. Do. When encountering the Squires, there are several things that can be done to earn their respect. The Squires enjoy having fun in their leisure time, so playing along with their games can serve as a team-building exercise. One may earn the third Squire's respect by fighting alongside him in battle, as he seems to love wanderers with a fighting spirit. The Squires as a group love telling stories, especially the fourth one. Therefore, sharing one's own stories is another way to earn their respect. Don'ts. It is theorized that the Squires may be emulating the Red Knight in an attempt to gain his attention. However, most of them, except for the fourth Squire, have been shown to dislike comparisons to the Red Knight. It is therefore advised not to mention the Red Knight around them.